Good morning, everybody. We are going to start this session, and I would like to do it thanking our participants for their interest in this webinar that I hope can reach your expectations. I would also like to thank the organizer of this session, EVN, and especially to our colleague, Rubén, who is with us today. And just let me tell you some issues of this webinar, as for example, that the session is going to be recorded, and after it will be available in the Accelerator YouTube channel. Also, just letting you know that the microphones are going to be silenced, and I ask you that in case you have any question, please share it with us through the chat of the platform, and at the end of the webinar, we will do our best to respond all your questions. And finally, you will see as well that we are going to include a link to a quality questionnaire, and I will be very grateful if all of you can fill in. I will repeat it at the end of the presentation, but just to make you think about it. Okay? So now I would like to introduce the panelists of this event, and I will start with Rubén Carrandi, who is a senior project leader at EVN, the European Business and Innovation Center Network. He works on the design and implementation of projects that support business accelerators and entrepreneurs, such as is the case of EU-LAC Digital Accelerator. The other panelist, Miguel Rodríguez, is business developer at Tecnalia Ventures, the organization that helps exploit Tecnalia's intellectual property, identifying and managing business opportunity based on technology by means of a venture building process. Just to give you an idea of Tecnalia, is the largest applied research center in Spain and a benchmark in Europe. And now let's introduce myself. I am Maika Gorostidi, and I am the International Relations Director of Tecnalia, the Applied Research Center that I have just mentioned. But today I am representing EU-LAC Digital Accelerator as coordinator of this initiative. And just now I would like to start with the presentation of the accelerator. So I'm going to share with you the presentation. Let me know if you can see it, okay? Can you see
Perfect,
it?
Maika.
Thank you very much, Rubén. Well, what is EU-LAC Digital Accelerator? So EU-LAC Digital Accelerator is a project funded by the European Commission that started on January 2023 with an implementation period of 5 years and with the challenge to be sustainable once this period is over. The main objective, you can see it here in this slide, is building bridges to accelerate digital transformation in Europe, Latin America, and the Caribbean. And to do so, sorry, I cannot pass. I don't know why. Just a second. Just now, sorry. And to do so, to reach this objective, we work in different activities that are cyclical throughout the project, and we start with the identification of a priority area which is of common interest in Europe, Latin America, and the Caribbean. Just to let you know, in 2023, this priority area selected was smart production. It is important to highlight that we are not only talking about a smart industry, because we wanted to cover not only the secondary sectors, but also the primary ones, since we are aware that these sectors are of great interest both in Latin America and the Caribbean. So once we have identified the selected area, the next step is to identify digital challenges. And this digital challenges identification, it is easier in large corporations because most of them have in place their own innovation processes, innovation areas, and they are familiar to work with open innovation processes. And since we want to reach as many opportunities for startups as possible, we consider this is an efficient mechanism, but I would also like to say that it is not the only one, because we are aware as well that there are very innovative SMEs that can also join the accelerator and participate on it. Just to let you know, for the moment, we have identified 42 digital challenges coming from both sides of the Atlantic. And we are working now as well in the scouting of startups that may have the right solution for these challenges. The objective is to match a challenge with a startup solution, and once the match happens and both the corporate and the startup agree to go ahead with the partnership, we move onto the phase of offering acceleration services to grow this partnership to get ready for the investment phase. Let me tell you that the partnership has to imply a collaboration between Europe and Latin America and the Caribbean, no matter if the corporate or startup comes from one region or the other, but the collaboration requires two organizations, at least from these two regions. It could be also possible partnerships between Latin America and the Caribbean with no European partner involved. And who are the people, or which is the team of this accelerator? All these activities are carried out by, I would say, a solid group of organizations that are part of the accelerator. And I would say that this is one of the powerful values of the accelerator. And although I'm not going to go into depth in the description of all of them, because you can see it in our website, I think this is, I think I will not be wrong if I say that with the experience and capacities of all these partners, we can offer the wide range of acceleration services for this partnership. Just you can see here, and very quickly, you can find Caribbean Export, the development agency of the Caribbean, as you can see here in the map. IDB Lab, the innovation laboratory of the Inter-American Investment Bank. Guaira, which is the technological innovation hub Guaira, the technological innovation hub of Telefónica. Tecnalia Colombia, a research and development center in Colombia. In the part of Europe, we count on IESE, which is the business school of the University of Navarra. EVAN, which is the European Business Angel Network. EVN is together represented by Rubén, European Business and Innovation Network. Expertise France, which is the French cooperation agency. And leading this initiative are Tecnalia Ventures and Tecnalia. We also count, apart from the partners, we count on a matching platform where corporates can share their challenges and get connected with top startups and startups that can match their value proposition with open challenges and connect with venture clients. And where are we now? I've been talking about different activities, the selection of priority areas, the identification of digital challenges, the scouting of startups. So now we are in the phase of the open call for partnerships. And what does it mean? In this open call for partnerships, who can apply to this open call for partnerships? They can apply partnerships, EU-LAC partnerships that address digital transformation challenges through open innovation, involve at least one corporate and one startup or innovative SMEs, include partners from at least two of the following regions, the European Union, Latin America, and the Caribbean, and have signed a letter of intent for partnerships establishing the scope of the partnership. So those partnerships that finally are selected from this open call will receive different acceleration services that you can see it here, and that they are valued up to 30,000 euros. As you can see, there are services under the typology of proof of concept, as for example, support in the assessment of technological risk and product specifications, the design and implementation of pilot projects, the scout complementary startup solutions if needed. And for examples, in the typology of business case, we support the design of the business model and validation, the pilot project evaluation follow-up. Also, we assess in IP management, something really relevant in this kind of cases. And in the investment and scaling, we also support, among others, the scaling of the solution and the international growth plan and soft landing. So this is very shortly and what the accelerator is working in. And I hope that I have been able, or I hope with these elements, you have information enough to know about the accelerator. But now my colleague Miguel is also going to offer more information that especially is going to be related to the digital challenges. And at the end of the session, any question you may have, as I said at the beginning, please do it in the chat and we will try to respond all of them. So thank you very much. And Miguel, now is your turn. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maika, and thank you to everyone who is joining this webinar today. It is a pleasure for me having this opportunity in order to introduce what we have to offer for startups, accelerators in Latin America and the Caribbean. Let me share my screen. 1 minute. Okay. Okay, here we go. I think it's working now. So as mentioned, my role today is to provide you with an overview of the challenge that we already have into our accelerator coming from the European Union and Latin America. So you can have an overview of the corporates and the opportunities that we have for startups and SMEs within your ecosystem. So I will be dedicating some minutes in order to introduce you all the opportunities that we have. I believe this was already mentioned by Maika. I mean, our main role within the accelerator is to connect corporates and startups to work together into digital transformation projects, considering that our main goal is to connect companies, startups from Latin America, Europe, and the Caribbean working together on this project. So this is the connections that we want to make, having the chance to open new markets and to go international. So this is what we are doing on a daily basis within the accelerator. And if we focus on what we have to offer for you, I think there are two main figures that can summarize our proposition for you today. So what's in for your startup community? That was the question that I was highlighting here. So on one hand, what we have is access to international business opportunities. Today we have more than 42 challenges, corporate challenge, corporates looking for startups, looking for innovative solutions related with digital transformation. And on a weekly basis, monthly basis, we are adding new ones. So this is the ones that we have already open, but new ones are coming every month. So this is the first thing that we have to offer, this opportunity to match startup solutions with corporate needs. This is the first message I wanted to deliver. No, this is what we have for you, access to those opportunities. The second thing that we have for you is the opportunity to support the implementation of those partnerships. For that, we have opened this open call for partnerships in which we offer acceleration services. So we are supporting. We understand that it is complex. I mean, to build a relationship between two company profiles who are completely different, and within two regions, we have different regulations, different market dynamics. So we are supporting or we are guiding this implementation of these collaborations, of these partnerships. And to do so, startups can access to these 30,000 euros in kind services. All the partners from EU-LAC are providing those services. So this is the value that we have for your community. Challenge and acceleration services, just to summarize what we can offer. If we go deeper into the challenge, an overview on what we have today, there are, as mentioned, 42 challenges, around 23, 24 companies from Europe, from the Caribbean and Latin America who are supporting this accelerator right now. There you have some image of some logos of companies who are providing a challenge with us. We have 8 companies from Europe, 4 from the Caribbean, and 11 from Latin America. And we welcome more and more companies joining us in this journey. So in case there are corporates also watching this webinar, we are open to welcome you into this accelerator. More than welcome, in fact. And as we are connecting different regions, different countries, different locations, what we have open is this matching platform. It is an online community in which the goal is that it helps us to publish the new challenge that we have. It helps to connect corporates and startups, and it helps to facilitate all those connections. So another message I wanted to deliver is, please join our matching platform, because it is the easiest way that we have in order to support any request and any inquiry that we have from companies. So in our website, you will have access to this platform, and there you will have access to all the challenge and to all the community that we are building within these accelerators. So once you join the matching platform, what you can do if you are a startup, I mean, this is mainly for startups. You can send, or startups can send your proposals, or you can start connecting with corporates through the platform. We believe it's quite easy. What you have to do is first you need to identify your challenge. You have one section. It is like a marketplace in which you will have a list of all the challenges that are already open, which are active. You have all the companies there, all the descriptions of what they are looking for there. So please, within the platform, go to the challenge section, take a look what's in there for you. Once you have identified ones that fits with you, you can open the challenge and you can click on propose a match. I mean, this is the first step to start working with a company, proposing this match. You can send a test to the company, and you will start discussing if this is a right fit or not. Obviously, all our team is supporting all this process, but for us, it's like identifying that there is a potential match. This is the goal of this platform. So just wanted to highlight that we have a platform. It's quite useful to make connections in different countries, in different regions. We have a team who is supporting everyone who is sending a proposal or who is connecting with a corporate. So please use this. Is so useful. I think you will have the link in the chat. And to have just to have an overview on what you will find there into the platform once you join, I wanted to show, this is just a sample. Those are not all the challenges we have. This is just a sample of the kind of opportunities that we have. For example, in the European Union, here you will find a few opportunities related with smart cities, different companies who are looking for startups. Sathir, for example, they are looking for companies in order to connect the infrastructure with vehicles. This is the main goal that they have, to build connected and smart infrastructure with the vehicles. So they have one challenge looking for startups related to this. Carnet is a consortium in which Volkswagen and SEAT, some of the largest vehicle manufacturing companies in the world. So they are looking for solutions to automate logistics in cities. CAF, this is a train manufacturer. They are looking for image analyzers, so for artificial vision solutions in order to identify or to detect events in trains. And Volvo, for example, they are looking as well for smart logistic management systems. So this is a kind of the kind of challenge that we have, all related with implementing innovative digital transformation technologies into their products, into their processes. Some other examples, apart from smart cities, we have Capsa Food, which this is a Spanish company in the food industry, looking to have transparency on their value chain from the field to the supermarket. So they are looking for a solution in order to have this overview on their value chain. We have L'Oreal, one of the largest cosmetics companies in the world, who is looking for sustainable ingredients and alternatives to petrochemicals. Arteche, this is an industrial company looking for having real-time traceability on their products. Or P4Q, they are looking for a forecasting analytic tool in order to predict weather. Just all those companies, there are 8 companies here that are looking once again for startups in Latin America. We also have the other way around. I mean, corporates from Latin America who have posted the challenge. In this case, they are looking for companies in the Caribbean or in the European Union. So as mentioned, Europe, corporates from Europe are looking for solutions in Latin America or the Caribbean. Corporates from Latin America, in this case, those challenges will fit with a Caribbean startups. So if there are Caribbean startups today, accelerators, which I assume you are, so those are the challenges that are also eligible for you. So we have also some examples. Alianza team looking for a demand forecasting tool driven by artificial intelligence. Infotrack, they are looking as well to have real-time info on the logistics, on the inventory they have. We have quite a few challenges related with having full transparency on the value chain, on the logistics. So in case you have solutions for that, we have a few opportunities there for you. CITEC in the mining industry, they are looking to be more efficient in the energy fuel consumption in order to reduce the cost, to reduce the environmental impact of the transportations and the operations that they have. And ISA, which is a telecom company, they are looking to empower communities to generate new incomes. So challenges are quite diverse. I mean, you will have, I'm sure that if you have a solution, you will have one challenge that is right for you. Many others that we have here, no? AstraZeneca looking for solutions in the diagnostic. Cemex to decarbonize the cement production processes. Mayagüez having full transparency on the supply chain, and Coninsa being more efficient on the calculation of cost when planning new buildings, when planning new infrastructure. I'm not going, if you have interest in any of these challenges, we can discuss in the chat, by email, in the platform. But this was just to give you with an overview on what we have here. And just to finish, but my main message, I hope that are properly delivered. But once you have a partnership, the next step is to go through the open call. This is also available into the website. There we can support you into the implementation of those partnerships with diverse services, from conducting demo cases, working on the business strategy, on the investment readiness. I mean, there are several ways we can work together once you have identified a match. So the first step is that you can identify a match with a company from Europe, from Latin America. We are here to support that. And if you have any question, obviously, then we have some space to talk. We are so happy to do that. So that's all from my side. Rubén, you can jump when you want, and we can keep on with the meeting.
Thanks a lot, Miguel, for the introduction. I will take the floor now by sharing my screen. Please confirm if you can see it properly. I guess so now. Yes. I would like first of all to say good morning and thank you very much to all the attendees for joining us for this session today. It is a pleasure to meet you all, although it is only by these virtual means. Hopefully we will be able to meet in person in the coming 4 years that the project will be working in some of the events that the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator will deliver together with its partners in different areas of Europe, Latin America, and the Caribbean. As my colleague Maika outlined, the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator work to connect corporations and startups in the Caribbean, Latin America, and Europe to work together in open innovation processes. And to this end, as Maika and also Miguel mentioned, we carry out, among others, 2 essential activities that were presented by Miguel and Maika. On the one hand, we identify and contact large companies, corporations that have one or more digital transformation challenges. We help them also to identify which are those challenges if they don't exactly know which they are. And on the other hand, once we have those digital transformation challenges, as explained, we look for startups. We try to identify startups on another region, that could be solvers to these challenges and promote that matching to happen. You, the business accelerators that are joining us today for this session, work mainly with startups and small and medium-sized companies, helping them to consolidate, to scale up, to identify customers, to connect them internationally, to put them in contact with investors. Well, with the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator, we want to join forces with you in all of these activities you are already undertaking, to make available to the public, to you, accelerators, the possibility to offer to your startups, to the companies you are working with, additional services in 4 main ways that were outlined already by my colleagues. First of all, by offering you, through this project, a channel for your startups to access corporate international companies, such as the ones mentioned by Miguel, L'Oréal, Sacyr, Volvo, ISA, Cemex, and many others. And also this possibility of being introduced to these corporates, start working in this collaboration to solve the challenges, but who knows if this collaboration can also go beyond. Secondly, and also in line with this connection you can provide to your startups with corporates abroad through the project, it is a possibility of complement your acceleration services with the acceleration services the project mentions. Maika was introducing some of the services linked to proof of concept, to support to develop the business case, to investment and scaling. So these are acceleration services that we can put at the disposal of your startups that will be partnering with the corporates to that matching, to speed up, to consolidate the collaboration, the resolution of the challenge in an efficient manner. Also, something that is also in the DNA of most of the accelerators, if not all, connecting them or providing startups with the possibility to access to investors, international investors, to the different networks the project puts at your disposal. Maika was mentioning the different partners, and well, through these different partners, we have a wide network of investors and funding organizations that will be put at the disposal of the startups working in this project, your startups, if they join us. And finally, and this is also important when startups are thinking on scaling up, on going international, on expanding their horizons. Through the services, you have a channel to provide to your companies international connections, communication, visibility through, for example, the website of the project or the social media channels that have, if I'm not wrong, almost 2,000 followers in many countries, most of the countries already in Latin America, the Caribbean, and Europe. And also, we will invite some of these startups to the project to international event to give them also international visibility. Well, we have talked about startups, which is, as mentioned, the main focus of accelerators of most of the attendees here today. But we see that more and more accelerators, organizations that support entrepreneurships and startups also work with corporations. They work providing also services or establishing collaborations with corporations through open innovation programs, for example, or in the framework of other collaboration. We have been meeting many accelerators during this first year of the project. Some of them have confirmed that they are working with corporates already. They have their own open innovation programs, but some other accelerators are already asking us for support to put in place these open innovation programs to start working with corporates as a way also to provide services to their startup. Use the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator also to test these new programs, if you want to do so, to put in place open innovation programs or experience connections with corporates to work on this area. Because through the project, through the Digital Accelerator, we also want to offer opportunities to the accelerators to provide complementary services in this area, to provide complementary services to corporates, to provide complementary value to the services that you are already providing to them in four also different manners. And on the one hand, as mentioned, the project office offers support to the corporations to identify their digital transformation challenges. Sometimes we have faced this situation in which corporates approach us because we are a digital accelerator, a digital transformation accelerator, and they don't have a specific challenge yet defined, but they have some ideas of what they need to improve or in which processes they would like to introduce some digitalization elements to make them more efficient. We support from the project corporates you work with to identify these digital transformation challenges, so we can help you to help them, to help your corporates or the corporates you work with in this way, but also in the following step, when they are looking for potential solvers, when they have already this challenge identified, and they are asking, who can help me to implement this digital transformation? We are doing this for the corporates through the project. And also, together with finding the solver to the challenge identified, we design through a different experts in on the one hand technology areas, but also sectors and businesses. We design the digital transformation roadmap for the corporate, so this process can take place efficiently. And also, as we are doing with startups, we can provide them with support in communication access, actions, visibility at international level, and complementing their efforts, their communication or global communication activities with the ones from the project. So these are services that you can also provide to your corporates, or that can be an excuse for you to approach corporates you want to work with through the project. So in summary, through the project, through the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator, we want to offer different possibilities to the accelerators in the Caribbean, to the accelerators in Latin America, and also in Europe. On the one hand, to offer complementary services to your startups, to those that you are already providing to your startups, and also to the corporates, as mentioned, and an opportunity to increase your value proposition to them. Also, we've been speaking about promoting startups, promoting corporates, but we want also to give accelerators collaborating with the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator more visibility, support them in communication at the international level, promoting them in the project's communication actions. And also, finally, we want to increase, for those that are interested in being more connected with international partners or institutions, we want to increase the international profile of these accelerators. And we want you to partner with key actors in Latin America, the Caribbean, and Europe. That is what this project is about, creating connections. So as we have highlighted in different parts of this presentation today, well, the aim of the project, the word, I guess we can repeat more, is collaboration, create collaborations, create partnerships between corporations and startups in Europe, in the Caribbean, in Latin America. Everything starts with the corporations and their digital transformation challenges, and continues with the startups that can solve those challenges. So we need corporates, we need startups to achieve these partnerships. And to do this, we seek to establish alliances with accelerators in Latin America and the Caribbean in a way that we can add value to each other. We can add value and we can provide value to better serve startups and corporations. So our objective today with this session is, on the one hand, of course, getting you familiarized with the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator, the opportunities it offers for your startups, for corporates you are working with, for yourselves, and to establish alliances with a selected group of accelerators in Latin America and the Caribbean, those that can provide, on the one hand, quality deal flow of startups that would be interested in solving the challenges Miguel mentioned before, and also accelerators that could help us to reach more corporates or additional corporates. With them, with these accelerators that are providing deal flow or can provide deal flow, can provide access to corporates, we are signing a memorandum of understanding, very brief, very simple, in which we are just establishing simple commitments of each of the parties, mainly linked to what we have mentioned before, to mutually share open innovation opportunities that can foster this collaboration between corporates and startups on two sides of the ocean, and also on giving visibility to the project and to you, to the accelerators collaborating with the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator. These accelerators will become members of the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator network, as you can see on the seal on this stamp we have on the screen, and we'll work together with all these project partners that Maika mentioned at the beginning to promote concrete opportunities for cooperation between startups and corporates in Caribbean, Latin America and Europe for 4 years. We will be here working together until the end of 2027. So if you have quality deal flow, if you are aware of startups that could be interested in at least taking a look at the platform and see what is happening there, what is happening now, but what will be happening next week when we will have probably another corporates or in 2 months, please let us know. Contact us by email or register to the platform. And there's the way also through the platform to set up a call or a conversation in a chat with us so we can better detail what's in the project for you, how can you contact the corporate, and of course, reply to any question, any doubt that you may have with regard to your participation in this project. That's all from my side. I just want to thank you very much again for being here today. And I guess we have time now for some questions. I guess we'll have like 15 minutes for questions. And then after closing the session, do not hesitate, as mentioned, to contact Maika, Miguel, or myself, and also registering to the platform to make any question or to let us know what you think about the project. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Rubén. For now, we don't have any question on the chat, so maybe we can leave a couple of minutes for the attendees to write it. I don't know if maybe you want to comment or highlight something else about what we were talking about.
About encourage, everybody, first of all, to join the platform, because all the information is there about the challenges, which is the most interesting part on where the concrete opportunities are. But I guess Maika probably would like also to reinforce some messages.
No, just I want to mention as well, because I have realized that I've forgotten that I've been talking about the priority area of smart production in 2023, but I also would like to share with all of you that the priority area for this year, for 2024, is going to be clean tech. And I say this because I've seen in the chat someone with this with clean tech areas that they were of interest. So probably during this year, we are going to have digital challenges in clean tech, okay? And we are also going to have smart production together with clean tech. Just to clarify that.
Marcio Dominguez has been the one asking some question with regard to this, and is thanking us for the presentation. Glad to see that they are very clarifying, but I guess we have more questions. One from Duquesne Fednat. How can an SME that is not part of an accelerator can join the network and gain access to partnership opportunities? We have been speaking about the platform, the project platform. Accelerators are a channel for, well, identifying startups, but of course, startups can apply, can register into the platform. Let me share here again the chat, the link, sorry, and my colleague Maria Jose has already shared the information. So if you have, well, first of all, we suggest you to register here, take a look at the different challenges, and if you are interested in some of them, just use the functionalities and reply to them. We will receive a message, the persons in charge of that challenge, so we can start the process together with you. Also, Philippe has a question. My name is Rick de Sources. I am the Executive Director of the Agenda Investment and the Development Enterprises, the IT. Our work aims at supporting business development in IT, but we are not an accelerator. How can we work with the EU-LAC? Well, Eric, we have the idea is to try to collaborate in creating these partnerships with startups, with corporates, and accelerators are a channel for this, but there are many others. So we can speak if you want by email or on a specific online call next week. So we can try to find out how can we work together to support the development of enterprises in IT within the framework of the project. I'm copying here my email so we can be in touch and discuss next week. More questions? Any doubt? Okay, I see another question from Mark Perso, who has recently co-founded a non-profit called Caribbean Dragons with a goal of creating a vibrant entrepreneurial ecosystem that are vertical agnostic, but working with startups creating disruptions. So for sure, Mark, the project would offer opportunities for those startups you are working with. So we recommend you to register there in the platform. Chad Fraser is asking what different will be happening from next week, because Chad has been signing up from the platform for some time ago. There are some things that are new today, Chad, which is the open call for partnerships. So this is one of the new elements. Miguel was speaking about this, and also Maika. Don't know if you want to complement something about the opportunities for matchings that are coming from the project internally, but perhaps other matchings or other collaborations already established.
Yes, I mean, we cannot say that every day you are going to find difference from the other, but I think you have to be aware of what is happening, because sometimes maybe in 1 week you are not seeing something really relevant, but in other cases, maybe we can upload 12 challenges, and this is something that you can apply for in case if you are a startup. So my recommendation is to be aware of what is happening in the platform, but don't expect that every day you are going to see changes. In any case, as Rubén has already said, the main change now is that we have launched our first partnership call. So that means that even if you are now, for example, there is a corporate and there is a startup that they are in conversations for a partnership, but in this case, this should be from Latin America and the Caribbean, or from Europe and the Caribbean. I invite you to send your application and to apply for this call for partnerships, because you could benefit from the services that the accelerator is offering for these partnerships, okay?
Yeah, regarding this, I just wanted to highlight, I mean, the platform is the way we have to share the challenge that we have and to facilitate connections between corporates and startups. Obviously, this is a project that involves getting diverse stakeholders from Europe, Latin America, and the Caribbean. So it takes time to get everyone on board. We are working on getting new challenge, on improving the platform, on facilitating more connections, and we will stay here, as Rubén was mentioning, at least until 2027. So we have some time. In case you don't find a challenge that fit to your profile right now, have patience, because we are going to cover a lot of regions, a lot of areas in the upcoming months and years. So just in case that right now you don't have challenge that fit your need, just have some patience, because I'm sure we will have some. So yeah, just wanted to highlight that, no, that is a way in order to get everyone from different countries in the same place, and opportunities will come, but it will take time for some of you.
Well, I don't know if there is any other question. Okay. So I think we can close this session. Thank you very much for your participation. I hope this webinar has been of your interest, and I also hope that we have the opportunities to support you in any of the areas in which we operate. And just the last reminder about the quality questionnaire, we appreciate if you fill it out, and because this is something very relevant for us in order to improve the quality of our webinars. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, and also have a nice weekend. Thank you. Bye-bye.